So we have some promotions here in Yankee World, okay? Like I said, I was going to put out news, in Yankee World, whatever type of news it is, you're going to get it in. If you just want, like, non-BS talk, this is a great place to find it, okay? You may not agree with me all the time, you might disagree, that's okay. Free speech, opinions are welcome here, okay? I'm not going to block people for having a difference of opinion, okay? Just keep that in mind. So if you do like that type of stuff, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you do, hit the notification bell as well. Now, let me get to the notifications, the news first. Okay, Blake Perkins, who's an offensive prospect for the Yankees, has been promoted from AA to AAA. And Matt Sauer, who's a pitching prospect, was promoted from high A to AA, Somerset. So a couple of promotions. It shows that the pitchers and the offensive pieces in the Yankees farm are still improving and developing and moving up through the system. So that's a good thing, and hopefully they'll continue to do that. There was some promotions the other day that I put out with the new draft picks, the 2022 draft picks, including Spencer Jones has already been promoted after like a week in rookie ball. But these are the types of things that I like to report too. Okay, now in terms of Yankees news itself, obviously they're off today. They're playing Boston tomorrow and have the next couple of days in Fenway. So hopefully a good chance to kind of regroup and get back on track after a rough series in Seattle where they lost 2 of 3. And some of the games were pretty winnable too. But it is what it is. That's in the past. Not going to keep harping on it. We just got to keep moving forward. So, there's a couple of thoughts in my mind. Number one, there is a guy on the roster in terms, two guys on the roster that could be replaced right now in terms of roster moves, right? Albert Abreu, okay, he can be replaced by Ron Marinaccio, okay, and I understand the options thing was an issue and whatnot, but the Yankees got to figure out how to stop manipulating the option thing, because they put themselves in a pickle a lot, and then this guy doesn't have an option, they have no choice but to trade him when he doesn't have any trade value. So what the hell are they doing? Like, it's okay to keep guys up here and let them figure out their way too. Let them go through some rough patches too. But less manipulation of service time would be a good idea for the Yankees. Okay, now he's one, and again, Ron Marinaccio to me seems a better fit because I think he's all better projected for the playoff bullpen too than Abreu is right now. He's had a rough patch. He's had dominant spots, but he's had some more rough patches recently. So if they're going to make a move, it'd probably that one, and then they would probably have to DFA Abreu. So that's obviously a decision that they need to make. The other one is Oswald Peraza, okay? But to replace, right now, Marwin Gonzalez, okay? Oswald Peraza has learned to play multiple positions. Marwin Gonzalez is kind of a Swiss Army knife. Now, we also have Tyler Wade, who can play the infield and the outfield like Marwin. So if you want to go that route, you've got Tyler Wade. Personally, right now, there's this hard-on for so many people of, Oswald Peraza replacing IKF. I don't find it very credible because that's just my opinion too. And again, my thought process is a little bit differently. But I'd rather spend more time saying we dodged a bullet by not spending $35 million on Carlos Correa. Look at the metrics. Look at the analytics. Overwhelmingly, Carlos Correa is worse than IKF. Okay, with the exception of home runs and RBIs. Okay, whoop-de-doo. He's significantly worse in so many of the metrics. Okay, so we dodged a bullet. So instead of spending so much time obsessing over he should be replacing IKF, I'd rather say we dodged a bullet with Carlos Correa. But again, that's just me. People are free to say whatever they want. Okay, and again, I'm just putting this out there. I know it's probably going to rub some people the wrong way. I don't care. This is my view, and other people have their views. That's what makes these channels good. All right, that's what makes Yankee World good. It's a bunch of informed, passionate fans who come from different angles with views. So, and it's up to you to decide. Whatever you find suitable for you, whatever you like, whatever you agree with and disagree with, it's totally fine too. But Oswald Peraza, maybe replacing Marwin Gonzalez, who's not getting a fair amount of playing time, so he's not producing, might be the wiser move instead of replacing IKF. That's the way I see it. And again, he's shown the ability to play other infield spots. He's productive with the bat. He's elite with the glove, but I would still give it time because that doesn't automatically translate up to the major league level immediately. He's going to need an adjustment process just like everybody else, just like Andrew Benintendi, just like all the guys who are acquired here. Same applies for guys that get called up from AAA. They could be elite there. Doesn't mean they're elite in major league level immediately. They need time to develop. Like he needed time when he got promoted to AAA, just like Volpe needed time when he got promoted to AA, and he'll need time when he gets promoted to AAA. Okay? So, again, that's just my take. So, the two obvious roster moves, to me, could be Marinaccio replacing Abreu and Oswald Peraza, or Oswaldo Cabrera, whoever the Yankees might feel is a little bit more major league ready. But it's pretty obvious that they either don't feel he's ready, or they're waiting for this whatever it is, August 18th to August 19th deadline, so they get an extra year service time before calling the guy up. I mean, if that's what they're doing, I'm going to call him out on that too. Manipulation of service time, right? Keeping a guy that might be ready just to keep an extra year service time. Whatever. People have opinions on that. I don't particularly like that, especially when you have a kid at the top or at the top of the farm who can replace somebody who's not productive at the major league level. I get why they're trying to do it to preserve money, but still, man, you want to have a better team, you got to put the best field on the team, the best team on the field as possible. And do they have the best team on the field as possible right now? I don't think so. I know there's guys that, Rizzo's coming back and Stanton's not here yet, and there's other guys too. Miguel Castro's hurt. There's a lot of guys that are not here because they're hurt. We lost Michael King. That's a devastating blow. I get all that stuff. So they have to be selective and creative and very precise with the moves that they make. But these two are relatively obvious. I don't have an obsession as much right now with the infield spot. The bullpen seems to be the more pressing one right now because we do have Marlon Gonzalez who can play these positions, but he's not getting a chance to. So we have a guy here already. We also have other guys like Tyler Wade, and so I get it. But you let me know what you think, okay? I wanted to get into this a little bit today, and I'm a little animated, but look, it's what it is, and and I have one view, other people have other views, and it's totally fine. But I personally am not going to spend my time bashing players on my own team that I love. Okay, I'll call it out when it's due, but that applies to everybody. That's why that people get pissed off at me when I call out Judge for slumping. He's having a fantastic year. Yes, everybody knows that. But if he's sucking at some point, people need to be able to call that out too. And that's okay. We did it with everybody else. Do it with Cole, no problem. Doesn't mean he gets a get out of jail free card. Okay. Anyway, that's just the way. That's me looking at it the way I do. So let me know what you think. Give me your feedback. Your feedback is welcome in the comments. Always, you know this. It's you folks that make the channel better. And sometimes we need to have hard conversations like this to do it. That's okay, right? We're adults. We can handle this stuff. And we're Yankee fans. We want our team to be better. They're adults too. They get paid millions of dollars to do a damn job, to play a game. So they're fortunate. They're freaking blessed. And, envy them. But it doesn't mean fans are not going to have their opinion and whatnot, but I'm also not going to hold the opinion of bashing a major league player when I've never made it to the major leagues. I can't put myself in their shoes and say, oh, they should be. It's not that easy to just turn it on, to do this, to do that. You try hitting a 98-mile-an-hour fastball from a 6'8" left-handed pitcher. See how easy that is. Or a Randy Johnson slider, or Corbin Burns, or Justin Verlander. It's not easy, man. It is not easy. Again, I've seen guys in the 90s before. When I was at the Bucky Dent Baseball School. Fast. Almost impossible. I couldn't hardly see the ball. I barely got a hold of it. Hit it a few times, but that's how hard it is, man. And I'm sure some folks of you have had that experience as well. It's not easy. But anyway, that's the conversation today. Let's get into this. And obviously, if anything else comes out, you'll get it. But hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for the lineups, recap, and anything else. From Boston, go Yankees. Savages.